Houston area congressional members are sharing some unbelievable images from the day. Newly elected Congressman Troy Nehls, seen right here in the blue shirt, helped barricade the entrance to the House chamber. And here's a look at Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee hunkering down with a mask on with other members of Congress as protesters stormed the building. And Congressman Dan Crenshaw had this to say today: "Stop this BS right now." Grace Wright with more reaction.
From inside the Capitol, Houston area lawmakers witnessed the violence firsthand.
Next thing I know, that there are people banging and trying to breach that door, kicking the door.
Just 3 days after he was sworn in, Representative Troy Nehls tweeted a picture of himself helping barricade the doors to the House chamber.
It's unacceptable. We should be able to protest and express our point of view without getting violent.
Representative Lizzie Fletcher says she was in the House gallery and had to duck down for safety.
What we say and what we do, our actions both as leaders and as citizens matter. And what we saw today was an attack on all of us.
Many took to Twitter. Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Sheila Jackson Lee both denouncing the violence. But there were some, like Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Senator John Cornyn, who stayed silent. Representative Al Green told KHOU the blame falls at the top.
And we have persons who are trying to thwart the peaceful transfer of power, and the effort is being led by the President of the United States of America.
Chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, Representative Michael McCall, says today's event should be investigated and prosecuted. He also said President Trump needs to do more.
He controls these protesters. I know he did go on the air telling them to go home, but this needs to stop. The violence needs to stop.
We reached out to both Governor Abbott and Senator Cornyn directly. The senator's office says he was not available for comment, and the governor's office sent us a brief statement saying the violence and mayhem must stop. Lynn and Mia.